Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Piro. Today we're going to draw a butterfly, and I decided to make a smaller piece of artwork today. This is going to be like a miniature creation or a postcard size. These are really nice because they're an easy size for you to share. You can take a picture of it on your device, on your electronic device, and send it to someone, or you could actually hand it to them if you have someone in your home that you would like to give this to as a gift. So today you might want to get out some scissors and find a piece of scrap paper that you can cut down, and you can make that little adjustment to your size. I've also found some recyclable things. So here's a piece of cardboard. These things are really nice to draw on. Sometimes you can find a piece of cardboard as an insert for some kind of packaging of products that you have in your family, or you could go and when you're finished with a cereal box, get your permission from your parent, ask them if it's okay for you to have that old box, something like that, and you could cut that. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of a layering effect on my picture today. So I've got a big piece of white paper just as a backdrop. This is gonna be my actual background piece for the butterfly picture. And I'm gonna take some glue stick and I'm gonna glue that on later on. Another idea is to find something out of a magazine. I had a Costco magazine that was just a mailing, and this would normally go in the recycle bin. And I found a page in here and tore it out, and it happened to have a nice field on it. I've got a person walking through the field, but if I put this behind my picture like this, you can't see that person anymore. And you've got a nice design going on around the edges of your picture. Okay, so that's another idea for you. Today you're going to need to find something to draw with. It could be crayon, pencil, marker, or anything you have on hand. And you're going to work with me on drawing a butterfly. Okay, so we're going to come up real close here. Okay, butterflies' bodies have three parts. So we have a head, an abdomen, and a thorax. And this is the long, skinny part. You can see that the head was a circle, and then we have a long, skinny oval shape, and another long, skinny oval shape. The eyes of the butterfly are going to be kind of on the sides, and we're going to add some antenna. Okay? A lot of butterflies have some black in them, so that's good reason to use a black marker for today's drawing, or a black crayon would work great too. Okay, now I'm going to use this halfway point here for my marking for where my top wing ends. So I'm going to start at the neck, and I'm going to go out and in and draw a butterfly wing. That's the top wing. And then we're going to try to match that on the other side. It's kind of a mirror image. Butterflies are symmetrical, just like people, so they want to look the same on each side. Okay, we're going to try to match that as best we can. If it's a little off, don't worry about it. So then down here, I'm going to make the lower part of the wing. So I'm doing a slightly different shape. This is like a little bit more of a rounded shape. And then if you don't like the shape, this is a trick. I can add to the shape. So I could add a little border. So like maybe I want to add something on here. And this can be a part of the shape of the wing, and it also can be a part of the pattern. It doesn't have to be a perfectly scientifically accurate design. Okay, so now this one looks a little too big, so I'm going to add this around here and then switch to the inside, knowing that I'm going to color this black later. So I might take my marker and just go around the edges and create some sort of a pattern. And that's called a beautiful oops. Okay, some of you are familiar with the book Beautiful Oops. When you make a mistake as an artist, it's never a mistake. It's just something that you have to turn into a beautiful creation. Make it into a lovely part of your drawing, okay? So we have to try to get over thinking that we're making a mistake all the time, because mistakes are never permanent on an art piece. We just turn it into something we like. Okay, then I'm going to go down here, and again, I like the black on the borders of a butterfly. You can see that On the real butterflies, there's a lot of black around the edges. This one here has a lot of black around it. Okay, and again, most butterflies have some black. If you get behind, just go ahead and pause the video. So you might need to take time to go back, after I've drawn some of these and just color in between. So I'm going to take time to do that a little bit later, but if you want to do it now, you can pause the video. Okay, so on here I'll just do a little bit, some shapes, planning on going and filling that in dark when I have time. Okay, so now we're going to draw some more shapes in here. Now, if you want to, you can be a little bit more realistic looking. Like on this one, I just made some blob shapes. If you have a photograph of a real butterfly, you can look at it very carefully and copy those designs. If you want to just make up your own shape, that's fine too. Okay, I think I'm gonna make some hearts on here. This is gonna be more of a cartoon-like butterfly. Some butterflies have shapes on them that people imagine look like a heart, right? But it wasn't maybe intentional as a design from nature. So here we go, we're just going to design, and you notice how that whenever I do something on the right, I always go to the left and match it. So here I'm gonna make a circle, I have to match on the left. Here's an oval, here's an oval. So I always go back and forth, make one shape, one shape, one shape. You never wanna spend all this time on one side and then try to match it over here. It just makes it a little bit difficult. So if you do it right away, you'll save yourself a lot of problems. 1, 2, 1, 2. There, I broke my own rule. 1, 1. Okay, so sometimes you can break the rule. That's okay. All right, so now I'm gonna try to adjust my camera a little bit. Now I wanna put some flowers in the background. So butterflies, one thing about butterflies, they're very attracted to the color purple. And so when you do your designs, think about doing at least a few of your flowers as a purple color. It could be a light purple or a dark purple. If you don't have a lot of different crayons, you only have one color of purple, you can change the color by adjusting how much pressure you have, you're using it when you're coloring it. Or you can color darkly around the edges of a petal and then very softly in the middle, and that way your design will look, your color will look different, okay? Here we go, a few flowers around the edges. I like to do the flowers first and then save the stems and the leaves for later, and that way I haven't limited myself by putting a stem and a leaf somewhere that I really wanted to have another flower. So maybe I'll do a little teeny tiny flower right here, another little teeny tiny one. I like to start with the center of a flower, do the center as a circle, and then the petals around it. That makes it easy to organize your drawing as you're doing it. Okay, and then of course, if you want to try to put a message in there, you might want to leave a little space there. If you want to put your signature, I'm going to put my artist signature here. Mrs. Piro, I put my first name, S. Piro, and then 2020. I always like to put the year. S. Piro, 2020. And there you have it. You have a beautiful butterfly. Now it's your turn. Go find some coloring things, put some beautiful color on it, glue it on to a piece of cardboard if you like, and then give it to someone you care about. Thanks for creating with me today.